What is going on, everybody? It is the Naughty Investor. Now, don't click away from this video. Please do not click away from this video. Give me one shot at it. Give me a shot at it. If you're anti-XRP, if you think XRP is this horrible, centralized cryptocurrency, if you think XRP is bad, give me a shot at changing your mind. Just give me a shot. If you're already pro-XRP, then, continue watching the video because you're probably going to enjoy it anyways. You're probably going to enjoy a lot of what I have to say. Now, before we get into this video, I am going to say this. I am not just an XRP channel. I invest in Ethereum, Neo, Bitcoin, Litecoin, right? ICOs, so many different things. So I'm bullish on XRP. I own XRP, but I'm diversified. I believe strongly, very strongly in diversification. So with that said, let's get into it. Reach into your right pocket, right? Reach into your right pocket. What do you have? A phone. Most likely you have a phone. And if you don't have it in your right pocket, you still get the point. Grab your phone. Hold it up, right? You have your phone up. I have an iPhone. Cost me like $600. Okay? Does this phone have value? Does this phone have value? I'd say so. I mean, it costed $700. This phone, $700. Would you agree that the phone has value? Yes. $700. I mean, maybe you have a cheaper phone, a more expensive phone, who knows? But the phone has some sort of value with it. Now, would you agree the operating system on the phone has value? So the operating system, for those of you who are a little bit not so much with technology, the operating system is the software that basically runs the phone. To be as simple as possible. iOS. Do you know how much it would be if I said to Apple, I want to buy the patent for iOS? It'd probably be millions of dollars, right? So in Google's, they own Android, which is open source. That's a little bit of a different debate. But yeah, you would agree the operating system, the software that runs this phone has value, has tons of research and development from programmers in it. Now, would you agree that the company that makes the phone has value? So Apple, of course they have value. They produce millions of dollars in profits every year. Would you agree that Google has value? Of course, they produce, again, millions and millions of dollars in profit every year. Now, so you would agree that Apple and Google have value. Well, the interesting thing, both those companies are centralized. The phones are centralized, and the operating system centralized. That's the reality. So you agree that things that are centralized can have value. Of course, we want everything decentralized. That is the goal. But you would agree that things that are centralized have value. Would you agree that a Mustang has value? Is it centralized? Of course. It was built by one company. So is this mean that if XRP was centralized, why does it mean that it cannot have value? I like the Apple comparison more than the car comparison. I said both are technologies, both improve the way we live, both improve something, right? Why can't XRP have value? And the interesting thing is, we're going to get into this in the second part of this video, so don't click away yet. The interesting thing is this. Ripple, the company, has a process to decentralize XRP. So XRP is going to be decentralized. It will be. Or comparatively, it will be more decentralized. But I still wanted to make this point that things can be of value and still have some form of centralization. They theoretically can. I mean, I just proved it to you. Your phone has value. The company that created it has value. That proves that things that are centralized can have value. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that's different from XRP. It's not. Both are technologies. Both are centralized. Both have value. Now, the second thing I wanted to get into this video is that, again, Ripple has a process to decentralize XRP. It's not going to stay as centralized as it is. And basically that process is Ripple, the company, is going to remove their validating nodes for nodes that replace them. So validating nodes are gonna replace them. Decentralized validating nodes that believe in the long-term vision of XRP are going to replace the nodes that Ripple controls. This will be decentralizing the validating process of the XRP ledger. Now, let me explain it to you in depth from their own website in just a second. Let's do it. Here we are on Ripple's website, and I did want to just turn on high contrast mode just so you can see it a little bit better. So, decentralization strategy update. As Ripple progresses towards further decentralizing the XRP ledger, we want to make server operators and member of the XRP ledger community aware of a few upcoming changes to help ensure the reliability and stability of the network as it transitions to a distributed architecture with fully decentralized validators. Validators meaning nodes. Background: the XRP ledger, formerly called the Ripple Consensus Ledger, was created in 2012 as a trust-based alternative to proof-of-work consensus mechanism originated by Bitcoin. So far, most of that trust has relied upon validators owned and controlled by Ripple, the company leading development of XRP Ledger. So right here, we're talking about the centralization. Ripple chose deliberately to be the most trusted validator operator in the network during the initial stages of development of the XRP Ledger. This decision involved trade-offs between prioritized security and scalability ahead of decentralization. Since inception, the XRP Ledger has closed over 33 million ledgers, processed over 600 million transactions, accounting to more than $15 billion in transaction volume with no major issue or network forks. At present, the XRP Ledger can natively scale to 1,500 transactions per second. With payment channels, XRP can theoretically scale to tens of thousands of transactions per second. Throughput levels comparable to Visa. With the security, scalability, and throughput of the XRP Ledger thoroughly proven, Ripple feels that now is the time for a crucial next step in decentralization, while continuing to improve all aspects of the XRP Ledger software. So what's the strategy? To meet the growing needs of customers and further resiliency and stability of the XRP Ledger, Ripple is in a great position to fully execute on its decentralization strategy, which has been an ongoing process since 2012. Phase 1 includes the diversification of validators by identity, location, hardware, and software. In an effort to further mitigate the risk of a single point of failure, at the time of the announcement, 25 validator nodes were running with 5 trusted validators, owned and managed by Ripple. Currently, over 70 validator nodes are running globally. During this phase, Ripple will be adding 16 more trusted validators in preparation for Phase 2. During the second phase, this is the important part, for every 2 of the most reliable, reputable, stable, secure, and attested validators added to the recommended list of trusted nodes, 1 validator node currently owned by Ripple will be removed until, ding ding ding, until no entity operates a majority of recommended trusted nodes on the XRP Ledger. The validator operators on this recommended list of trusted nodes believe in the long-term vision of XRP and want to participate in the consensus process, which involves voting on proposed amendments, modifying fees, and validating transactions. Changes. Before Ripple can progress to Phase 2, a few changes have to be made to ensure a safe transition. With the upcoming 0.81.0 release, Ripple will transition its recommended validator list to a new hosted site. Now, most of this you don't really need to get into, but let's get into the conclusion. Ripple remains committed to decentralizing the XRP Ledger and divesting itself of operational control. This multi-phase approach does that, but is intentionally conservative and has been devised with a single goal in mind: to ensure the reliability and stability of the network during the transition period to a fully decentralized and distributed architecture. Okay? So basically, to be brief about this, you have a ledger, you have nodes, they validate the ledger. Currently, Ripple owns a lot of these nodes. They're owned by Ripple. Their plan going forward is for them to remove their nodes, their centralized nodes, and replace them, or as they're being replaced, by decentralized nodes, decentralized validators who believe in the long-term vision of XRP. So, to conclude, I hope I changed your mind on this. I hope you understand that, for one, just because something's centralized doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. Yes, we want decentralization. Yes, decentralization is the future. However, there will always be some form of centralization in some way, right? You're not going to have, I mean, of course you could technically have them, but as far as right now in the moment, a lot of things are going to stay centralized. In crypto, even though it's going to decentralize a lot of things, just because something is centralized doesn't mean that it necessarily has no value. As I pointed out with the phone is centralized, the company that makes it is centralized, the operating system is centralized. However, all three of those things have value. So that was my main point, but even beyond that, ripple-xrp is going to be in a decentralization process as time goes on and as the network grows, as the ledger becomes more scalable and more decentralized and more secure. So if I changed your mind on anything, comment below. If you were already pro-XRP, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I really appreciate it. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, share the video on Reddit, on Steemit, on any platform. I don't care. And I hope you guys have a really wonderful day. And make sure you diversify. Make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you do your research, read up on the news, and just don't invest with money you can't afford to lose. Have a great day.